two questions. The first question, especially in this little movie, when you jump out of the truck and you go underneath the ship, to me, I was thinking, were you looking forward to something like that, or did you guys have stories in your town about having sightings? So you were kind of anticipating that, and you sort of like moved in, and you guys rolled up on it. If that makes any sense.
As far as why did he get out of the truck?
Yeah,
why did he go
that's
towards the light?
very,
That's the big question.
Why in
Yeah.
the world would you get out
What are
of
you
the
thinking?
truck? And people have asked other crew members that, and actually some of those guys seem kind of like embarrassed that they didn't get out of the truck.
Who's the big man of the crew?
It was a bravado, a little bit of show off, but at the same time, I expected to be gone before I got that close.
Sure.
But Steve's theory was, well, they had mind control, see, and they made Travis get out of the truck, but I had the will and strength to resist it, and I stayed in the truck. I said, Steve, it could have been the other way around, The mind control was to get us out of the truck. Well, anyway, the
Right.
opposite. But
Yeah.
that was the reason you didn't get out of the truck, because you were susceptible to it. But who knows? I think it was just my own choice to do this, and
You don't feel there was a draw to get out of the car and go toward it?
I didn't feel like. I felt like I was acting under my own volition.
Right. Like, I'm going to go see what this is type of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, it's basically that, and sort of counting on the idea that it would be gone before I got that close.
Sure, yeah.
They made reference in the movie to chasing the bear. Well, it was kind of a parallel to that. When the bear ran across the road, I jumped out and acted like I was chasing it, but actually the bear was running away from the truck.
Yeah.
It's a good thing for that too, because you don't want to mess with the bears.
Okay, my second question is, other than Philip Class, did you receive any type of government harassment? Other than Phil? Everybody knew Phil back then, he was a jerk. But did you receive any other, pressure from any other organizations to shut up?
I did obtain some evidence of their interest in what happened there, that they were trying to, not make public. And some of that is, those sources I shouldn't really describe publicly right now in order to protect the people that have that. But there was definitely a government investigation of it at the time. I can talk about one thing that happened. A longtime reporter at the local paper was doing volunteer work at the fire tower near there. It's just a big, tall building. They sit up there and look around for forest fires so they can, call the crew in before it gets out of hand. And she said that following the incident, this government crew came in there and they were doing readings on the ground, magnetic readings with instruments. Now normally if you're going to chart magnetic readings, my understanding was you hang an instrument underneath an airplane and crisscross the area and take measurements that way, but they came through taking measurements, and I think that sort of backs up the government investigation of what was going on there, which was really behind the scenes but quite thorough. It's been denied until recently that the government had any interest whatsoever, that this was all nonsense, but of course they were interested. And about that time in 1975, there had been objects sighted near our missile installations across the country, in which objects were spotted, and it corresponded to malfunctions in the weapons control system and whatnot down below. So they had every reason to be very interested, but always in those days to minimize it and keep the public from getting too hyped about it. But, very recent developments that they decided that's not going to work anymore, saying the witnesses are all crazy, let's destroy their credibility. It's coming to the point where too many witnesses, that's destroying their own credibility. The witnesses are not believing the government that sightings were only by crackpots. So they're taking the opposite approach, is to concede that it's reality and release it in a very tempered sort of way. Each of these announcements about the gun camera footage of Navy pilots was done late on a Friday, low-key, typical of the way they want information to be out there but not get too much attention.
Yeah.
So a soft landing for this stuff, but nevertheless they had to do it 3 or 4 times in a row before people say, hello, you know, this is amazing stuff, you know.
Yeah.
There are people who've been pushing for that kind of admission forever, and yet amazing how little attention it got.
Yeah, it's wild. Great question.
I appreciate it. Thanks, Travis.
Thank you.